Let us pray. O God, we come together in your name in this Parliament to debate our nation's affairs and pass laws for the betterment and welfare of all Fijians. Guide us in our deliberations and grant us the wisdom to do what is just and fair. We ask you to bless our beloved nation and grant every Fijian peace, prosperity, and equal opportunity. Help us to serve our citizens with honesty, integrity, and without fear or favor, to keep the trust of those who have sent us here. We seek your divine guidance to continue to build a better nation for all Fijians. In your name, Amen. Honorable members, please be seated. Secretary General.
Confirmation of minutes.
I call on the Leader of Government in Parliament, the Honourable Linia Sriratu, to move his motion. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir. Mr. Speaker, I move that the minutes of the sitting of Parliament held on Wednesday, 27th May 2020, as previously circulated, be taken as read and be confirmed.
Is there a seconder?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the motion.
Honourable members, the Parliament will now vote on the motion. The question is that the minutes of the sitting of Parliament held on Wednesday, 27th May 2020, as previously circulated, be taken as read and be confirmed. Does any member oppose the motion? As no member opposes, the motion is agreed to unanimously. Secretary General.
Communications from the Chair.
I welcome all honourable members to today's sitting of Parliament. I also welcome all those watching the live broadcast and the live streaming of today's proceedings from the committee room and those from the comfort of their homes, offices and mobile phones. Thank you for taking an interest in your Parliament. Secretary General.
Presentation of papers and certain documents.
I now call upon the Attorney General and Minister for Economy, Civil Service and Communications, the Honourable Ayaz Saeed Qayyum, to table his report. You have the floor, sir.
Now, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, in accordance with Standing Order 38, I present to Parliament the Energy Fiji Limited 2019 Annual Report. Thank you.
Please hand the report to the Secretary General. Under Standing Order 38, Clause 2, I refer the Energy Fiji Limited 2019 Annual Report to the Standing Committee on Economic Affairs. I now call upon the Minister for Agriculture, Waterways and Environment, the Honourable Dr. Mahendra Reddy, to table his reports. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in accordance with Standing Order 38, I present the Ministry of Agriculture 2014 and 2015 annual report to Parliament.
Please hand the reports to the Secretary General. Under Standing Order 38, Clause 2, I refer the Ministry of Agriculture 2014 and 2015 annual reports to the Standing Committee on Natural Resources. Thank you, honourable members. We will now proceed to the next item. Secretary General.
Presentation of reports of committees.
Honourable members, I now call on the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights, the Honourable Alvick Mahraj, to table his report. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the Fiji Correction Service is a key component in the government administration of criminal justice, whereby it is responsible for persons that are being referred by the courts. The Correction Service key accomplishment is to emphasize the principle of good governance, transparency and accountability. The Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights was referred the Fiji Correction Service annual report for the period 2001 August 2016 to 31st July 2017 on 21st of June 2019 for review and to report back its findings to Parliament. The objectives of the review was to analyze the overall function of the institution and its accomplishment towards achieving good governance, transparency and accountability, and its newly adopted vision of effectively rehabilitate all inmates, that they will become lawful abiding citizens who contribute positively to the country. While reviewing the annual report, the committee noted pertinent issues which were discussed extensively with the representatives of Fiji Correction Services. Some of the main areas of discussion included: 1. The substantial progress made by the institution in terms of service provided that are of international standard, which include new programs for inmate rehabilitation and the improvement of the human resources to carry out the vital service being provided by the Fiji Correction Services. And number 2, certain key aspects relating to overall functioning of the service, which includes the outstanding job evaluation exercise for human resources of the services, the push for the establishment of parole board, and the cost of keeping a person in prison, which intends lead to introduction of program that promotes the reduction of reoffences. Consideration was also given to the requirements of the standing orders of Parliament pertaining to the impact on gender when deliberating on the annual report. Therefore, as the form of the review, it was encouraging to note that the service has committed itself in responding to the aspiration of being an institution that gives due consideration to gender issues. The service was constructed 2 new women correction centers, and this has also resulted in recruitment of 4 more female officers. Not only are female recruited for inmate management, there are also female staff that enter the service as psychologists and counselors and are engaged in headquarters of the service. Through the review of the annual report and the finding of the committee, it can be inferred that there has been commendable effort and tireless work conducted by the organization in meeting its obligation. However, the committee, after extensive deliberation, has come up with few recommendations for consideration by the service, and these are captured in this report. I would like to take this opportunity to thank honourable members of the Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights, Honourable Rohit Sharma, Deputy Chairperson, Honourable Ratu Suliano Mati Tambua, Honorable Dr. Salib Govin, Honorable Moses Bulitabu for their deliberation and input, and alternate members who made themselves available when substantive members could not attend. The Secretariat and the officials from Fiji Correction Services who had assisted in the committee work. I, on behalf of the committee, I commend committee's report on the Fiji Correction Services annual report for the period 1st August 2016 to 31st July 2017 to Parliament, and seek support of all its members to take note of the recommendation by the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Please hand the report to the Secretary General.
Honourable Speaker say, pursuant to the Standing Order 121, Clause 5, I hereby move a motion without notice that the debate on the content of this report is initiated at a future sitting.
Is there a seconder?
Honourable Speaker, sir, I beg to second the motion.
The Parliament will now vote, and the question is that a debate on the content of the report is initiated at a future sitting. Does any member oppose the motion? As no member opposes, the motion is agreed to unanimously. Secretary General.
Presentation of reports of committees.
I now call on the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Public